Well, hello everyone. It is about 9:40 a.m. I am running around all over the apartment. We have all the new herbs in for people that have been asking about the medicinal teas. The best way to reach me if you are trying to get a medicinal tea is to send me an email, whimsyanderson@gmail.com, and tell me how many bags you want, and also leave your full address. So that I can mail it to you. Anyway, so I've made a massive bag of the immune support tea, and now I'm working on some of the other teas. I have a heart support tea, which also helps with blood pressure. That's the tea I'm working on next. And we also have a woman's balancing tea that I'm going to be working on, and also adrenal support for people who are feeling fatigued. There's also a tranquil tea that I'm making. It's the last one, is for meditation, tranquility, and I also will sometimes use that blend when I'm trying to do HCRV. So those are the teas. I am getting things organized. So that's what's going on with me. The other reason that I decided to come on and do a video, because I know a lot of you prefer the videos, and I get that, is I wanted to just go ahead and check quickly about how the trial is going to go. So with that, we'll do the impasse prayer, and let's go ahead and take a look. All right, I want to call on white light protection for myself and my viewers as we ask permission from Spirit to access the Akashic records. We call on our spirit guides and our good angels to be with us. Give us the clarity and the wisdom that is needed to empower all of us on our journeys, to make the best decisions for ourselves, for the planet, for the people we love, but also to help those we may have strife with. And together collectively, as a community, we say, Amen. Now, I decided to throw this card a little different than the other readers. I want to see how the trial is going to impact us as a nation, as a planet, and what lessons we can learn from this trial that can hopefully allow us to become better people. So that's what I'm throwing. All right. The trial. So we can see the karma card here. I always take two cards from the bases. The bottom card is the karma, or what we have to go through, and then the summary or the base of the reading. We can see the karma card is an inverted Queen of Swords. This can be psychopathy, brutality. It can also be injustice. Because the Queen of Swords is associated with being the Queen of Justice. She has the sword of justice. She's also the sword of truth. This can be gaslighting, false information, injustice, corruption, etc. The fact that it's our karma card would suggest that we still have a lot of fighting to do if we are going to get to the truth and get to justice. But we can see here that ultimately the Emperor wins. I think of the Emperor as logic, reason, sound judgment, sanity. I think of it also as the prefrontal cortex, which is the last part of the brain to evolve, and it's associated with good thinking, or rational thinking, I should say. Gonna go ahead and use the space we've got here. You can see the cards. You see here the first card is Two of Cups. So we could see both the prosecution and the defense trying to work out some kind of a deal in order to end or stop this from happening. Some kind of communication is going on, and we can see here Page of Swords, which again is Sword of Truth, or it also has to do with spies, but this card I often will associate with Archangel Michael. So some kind of alliance is starting to form, and it appears to be based on truth and justice. What is above us? The end of old alliances. We can see here the Six of Cups, which can be old alliances or relationships, soulmates. The past placement here, strong position. So we are at a time when human beings are becoming very strong. They're becoming very sane. They're becoming very rational. It's at a time when we're fighting tremendous injustice. In terms of the fight itself, it's not over. You can see here 5 of Swords continues on in the future placement. Queen of Wands is a card that I associate with boundaries. This is appropriate boundaries. It's also putting a stop to any kind of a behavior that may be crossing of boundaries. The other thing I like about the Queen of Wands is that she has the staff of authority. So it's a time of strength, a time of strong women, but it's also a time of strong women, position of authority, leadership, boundaries. What is around us, it's a time that's quickly changing. The hope and the fear is the Master's card. And then the final outcome for us is that there will be a new beginning as a result of this trial. Sorry about the setup. I didn't have time today to set up the cards the way that I would have liked. The final outcome for us is that, again, it always seems to suggest every time I go into our future, here's Biden coming in the next 6 months, quick movement, Masters coming in, new beginnings, new beginnings. I always see the same thing, both for the Republicans and for the Democrats. The truth of the matter is that the parties are coming together. They're coming together because people are starting to communicate, and we're starting to realize that we are not quite as different as we had thought we were. It's as if there are forces afoot that are trying to get us to deliberately misunderstand and misrepresent one another and misrepresent the facts and information. What I see going forward for the country is more communication and more cooperation. The ultimate focus for all of us at the end of the day is that we all need to understand why there appears to be 2 forms of justice. This is the fundamental question that we all have to ask ourselves. Why are we as Americans being forced to spend all of our tax dollars simply to see justice be done? And this idea that everyone is equal before the law, and it's painfully apparent that that is not the case. So the law seems to apply only to poor people, and the wealthy are above the law and can be amoral. They create the laws that we are subjected to, while simultaneously not having to be responsible in the same way. So I think that that's a deep spiritual lesson that everyone is becoming very cognizant of. I like the fact that the Emperor is moving in for us, because the Emperor has no prejudice. He is simply he simply objectively perceives reality at the fundamental nature of the situation. And I think that that can only be positive going forward. All right, I want to thank everybody for watching this very quick video today. If you're trying to get in for a reading, you can go to tarotwithwhimsy.com. Be sure and share, like, subscribe, and click the bell notification so you can be notified about our future videos in the future. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.